Chaotic greetings to you. In case you are wondering why the particularly dapper chapeau, the answer is because I made something for the Jumanji 30th anniversary weekend in Keene, New Hampshire. However, in the year of our Lord 2025, to our great patron Saint Robin Williams, I don't like the way it turned out. Now, to be clear, this is no fault of the pattern. The pattern is perfectly lovely, and I have used it many times on this channel. However, this particular version, I had forgotten that I have to make the waist shorter because I am actively losing inches around my waist, and so I forgot that the skirt is too big and it's annoying! So let's turn this into a dress. Much better. The first thing to do with this is to take off the waistband. And so, with "You shall not pass," my favorite seam ripper ever, let's go ahead and take this waistband off. And yes, I did think about 17,000 other ways that I could leave the waistband on so I didn't have to undo all of my pretty hand stitching, and none of them actually worked. So we're just gonna take it off. Okay. Goodbye, pretty hand stitches. You served me well.
Always watching.
Hours of work removed in mere minutes. Okay, maybe not hours of work. Easily a half hour. And just like that, we now have a waistband that is trash and a skirt that is ready for some new panels. However, while I had cut out the front of the dress, where'd it go? This is so good. So glad I managed to lose this.
A few moments later.
Had not cut out a back piece yet. And yes, I am going to use my Monsters dress. I don't know if I'm going to put in all of the elastics this time. I think I might.
Sure, Jan.
Because I've already got the straps and the fronts cut out and sewn together because, well, I thought this was going to be a dress from the beginning, and then I ran out of time, so I turned it into a skirt and thought, it'll be fine. It was, in fact, not fine. We'll go back in time now so you can go see. And while, of course, there was always work to be done the night before in the hotel room, I got it all done, and we had a truly wonderful time. From the silliest race I've ever seen, to a shockingly difficult scavenger hunt, to a fun little parade, and all topped off by seeing the original board game in person. And the happy surprise of getting to meet Peter on the street and showing him my outfit.
This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. This is awesome.
I hand cut it out based on the board game you guys had.
That is cool. I love it. Come on, let's do a quick picture. Oh, you got it.
Hey, go first. Dear viewer, in fact, she had forgotten that she had yet to rip out the zipper from this skirt. So despite her being ready in every other way to put the dress together, she had to stop. But first, she needed some flair. Ah, much better. Good morning! It's a new day, and we have solved one problem, which I didn't realize I had, because while I had ripped out the absolute waistband of the entire skirt, I had forgotten to take out the zipper. And yes, I am going to put it back in its original packaging so that I know where it is. And now that that's put back away, the real problem we have for today is going to be completing the dress. Because now that everything is disassembled and the bodice is actually put together, it's time to mash the two together. So it's going to be a little bit challenging because the circle skirt is not like the gathered skirt of the Kermit dress. So it's not going to have that ease in the back for me to play around with. So there is a high likelihood that I might only put elastic at the top of the back section of this and not at the waistline. However, I won't know that until I pin it all together and give it a shot. So let's solve today's problem and do that right now. So I just broke my clip for my mic, so this is what we're doing right now. Just for full perspective, there you go. So we're gonna try this on real fast. 1, 2, 3. Don't stab myself, don't stab myself, don't stab myself, don't stab myself. And now, the problem is we don't have the straps pinned at all. I know the waist closes. I've done it. I've worn this skirt. So even though I was concerned it looked really weird, not bad. I think this is looking pretty good, except for whatever pin job happened over here. And then I think I'm just gonna go with the option of cutting off the extra and tapering down. No elastic because I don't have an elastic, but I like the elastic up top to keep it a little tighter. You tell me, does this close? Oh, thanks. Amazing. The dress that is suspiciously close to my skin color is almost done. I think with this step done, it's time to go sew it up. And then it was time for another try-on, which was only medium successful. Oh, my hair clip. Is Jumanji centered? Yes. Sorry for the crappy audio. I didn't think I was gonna talk. Am I actually sewing? I was indeed sewing. I feel like a car mechanic right now. And now the real question. Did I actually sew the thing? Hey, I did! Look at that. We'll see you tomorrow for some fun stuff. I have a small problem. First up, I don't know what I did to the bodice section of this thing, but it does not fit correctly. I don't really know. It doesn't look right. So, I don't really care in this moment. What I do care about is that I'm gonna say the thing that I don't want to say. I miss Joann's. Listen, I know that I am a vintage seller. I know that I have lots of really awesome things here. However, she served a purpose, and those purposes were moments like right now when I only have adhesive Velcro. You want to know what the internet has told me will happen if I use adhesive Velcro on this dress to make the trail for the board game? I might need to take my machine in, so we're not gonna do that. And the Michaels that is local to me's version of a fabric section is abysmal. So unfortunately my plan to start by laying out the board game and sewing it all down, that's not happening today. What can happen today is I can use my photo of the board game that I took while I was at the Jumanji Festival in Keene and draw out where I think I want the board game on, use your legs, Canada, the skirt here. I don't know why I'm still using the mannequin. I could have just taken it off of it, but we're committed to the bit. So I'm going to draw out where I want the board game here, and then I think I want the board game leaves to be the first layer of the skirt, so I'm gonna need to cut up a sponge so that I can do the blue and green leaves, at least on the front. But let's lay this out and trace out where I want this board game to be. Why? Well, that doesn't look like a leaf at all. I'm getting more water than I am stamp.
A few moments later.
So I dried off the second sponge and tried again. And this much drier sponge worked much better. So I kept going. Every time. Good morning. This thing just keeps throwing me curveball after curveball. Let this just be a little reminder to everyone to put your covering under the entirety of your project, not just a portion of it. Here. Yes, fine, on the cardboard. And then the mistake. Choices were made. Choices were definitely made. Dang it. Well, now that I've cleaned off my table at least a little bit better, it's time to attach the Velcro to this skirt. The leaves aren't perfect. They definitely look like I've stamped them on with a sponge, but you know what? I don't hate it. Now to see if this here. This hook and loop tape actually does what I want it to in its way of like curving the way I want it to. I am thinking also about how you're probably wondering why I didn't just call this Velcro. It's because this is not Velcro. Notice, not Velcro. This is Hanfine, unclear. It's hook and loop tape because Velcro is a name brand, just like Kleenex. But I have no idea if this is actually going to curve in the way I want or if I might have to like cut little triangles out to like curve around the bend of some of these very drastic turns that this board game takes. The other thing that needs to happen today is I have to open up the box and see what's inside as far as the game center, because I'm really hoping there's a little cardboard bottom on this circular game decoder so I can hopefully either just attach it on top or cut a hole in the skirt and pop it in on the underside. Now, I'm just stalling, so let's go. I didn't record any of that with my good audio, so sorry. That'll be on the backup mic, but I'm not doing that again. And for this part of the project, I only needed the loop section. Goodbye, hooks. So I set out attempting to pin it to the skirt. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Maybe I'm just gonna take it to the sewing machine and just sew it because those pins are not going through it even a little. And I'm also definitely gonna have to cut little triangles out so that it actually curves the way I want it to. Cool, this just got a lot harder. But to lighten my mood, I decided to do the one thing my mother would be rolling in her grave for. I attached my very first sticker to my sewing machine. And I'm so sorry, I don't truly remember where I got this one. But if you're watching this, artist, excellent work. I realized I can't actually put the annoying Velcro down until I actually look in this and see what I have here, because I don't truly know what I'm about to get into. So let's take off the lid, the board, and... oh, okay, that's not bad. It does... oh no. Oh, this is flimsy as hell, you guys. Like, there's nothing.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
This is pathetic. Oh, and those aren't the game pieces. What is that crap? That's interesting. I don't have a solution for this. I will trace it out though, so I know exactly where it would go. There's also a world, because it's just cheap plastic, that I just might glue it on. I don't know. We're gonna see. This is gonna be chaos. It's fine. We love solving problems, and that's what this is, a problem. I need good scissors, but I don't want to use my good scissors on the fabric. Those are pinking shears and not helpful. One down, 3 to go. Whose idea was this? This guy. It was at this point that she began to question all of her sanity. Well, that is basically done. And let's just talk about the project here for just a second, and don't you worry, we're gonna get to the reveal here in just a moment. I can't stress enough that this is not exactly the way that I had pictured it. However, I am used to making garments that are everyday use, very purposeful, very useful, get a lot of wear, right? That is not what this is. And I have to keep reminding myself that. This is a piece of artwork, a piece of fun, a piece of lighthearted levity that might even make Robin Williams laugh. And I did decide what to do with this monstrosity. And the answer is, I'm gonna cut it off of the back, hot glue it to a piece of felt, and sew that felt to the center. That's how we're dealing with this. Because what in the actual molded plastic but like could, oh wait, that worked better than I thought. So it will be super fun to wear at Dragon Con. That's right, I will be at Dragon Con, not in any like, I'm there as a guest. No, I'm not that cool. However, I will be there wandering about, and I will be wearing this one day. So make sure that you're following on Instagram so that you can figure out what day I am wearing it, because my goal is to get 100 people to come and play Jumanji on my dress. Otherwise, why did I do this? I do hope that if you are going to Dragon Con, I would love to see you there. And if you're not, I hope you enjoyed the reveal, because it's happening right now. Put the old mic on because the new mics are being stupid. And I did actually have everything recording, so thank God. Don't have to do that again. Hey, look, I remembered to start my mic this time. What an idea. Go where I put you, you stupid thing. Oh, microphone, you're doing me dirty. Or